Hey, it's Ashley here, and today I'm going to be making a card, and I decided I would like to do this from start to finish so you can see what my process usually is. First, I want to get all of my product that I'm going to be using right handy so it goes faster and I don't have any unnecessary steps to take. Okay, so I have all of my items, and some you can't see because they're off to the side, but that's alright. Alright, so we're going to now maybe give me a space to work with. Alright, so here are the base materials. So here's my card. I've already folded and scored my card. I'm going to take the pattern paper and use my lovely 3L Easy Runner, the limited edition. It's kind of sparkly. I don't know if you can see that, but it's fun. So we're just going to go. I love how smooth this goes on. And I am a very liberal when it comes to using adhesive. I like a lot of adhesive because I wanted my cards and or my projects to last and not fall apart. I've had that happen and it is tragic. So, alright, now we're just going to make sure that this gets put on straight. Alright. Now if you're wondering what I'm using, this is Pink Paisley's Cottage Farm line. And I really like it. I didn't think I would at first, but I like it more in person. And anyway, so there you go. So I'm going to take this sheet and I'm going to take my corner chomper and just round the tops of this pattern paper. And I like dimension to my projects, and so I will be using my lovely foam squares. But first I'm going to use the big ones. Okay. I'm just going to take that and put them on the back. Again, the liberal, I want an even coverage with my adhesive so they go everywhere. I want some in the middle because I know I'm going to have embellishments in the middle as well, and I want it strong. I don't want it to sag when the time comes to put them on. Don't have to be perfect, but you get the drift. Some of them don't want to come off. Alright. Now I've been using foam adhesive forever, probably since I started card making, just to add that dimension, but I have never really liked one until I started using the 3L foam squares because they are so sticky. Like, they're not going to move. They're not going to fall off. And that's what I had found with a lot of other companies and their foam adhesive, that they just like to fall off. And I'm not okay with that. Alright, down it goes. Alright, there we go. Next I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I'm sorry if my camera wiggles. It's probably connected to my chair. Alright, so the stamp I'm using is from the Technique Tuesday, the Mama Equals Love by Ali Edwards. It's an older set, but it is awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. I have a hair. Okay. Now this, sometimes, I'm only going to stamp part of the sentiment each time. So I'm going to take a baby wipe, use my wrinkling, and I'm going to take off what the ink that's not going to be stamped. So just very carefully fold it over my finger, and there we go. And I should be good that way. Then I'm going to stamp it on this lovely journaling card. And I love that this is lines, because now I can see exactly where I want it. Okay, and there you go. Now I'm going to clean off that part and use the other end of it, because I want to use the whole sentiment, but just in different pieces, mainly because it doesn't fit the whole way. But I think it gives it just the extra dimension to it. So we're going to stamp on the other line. There we go. Very nice. Okay, now here's another stamp I'm using. This one says Mother, and this one I've used quite a bit. I've used this a lot just because I just think it's so classic and so good. Alright, we're going to be using the Hollyhock color from Close to My Heart. And I tap it on rather than smush this one on because I want it to be clear and it doesn't pool my ink. This one is not going to fit entirely, but that's okay. It just gives it that extra flair. There we go. Perfect. And I love how it matches the heart up above. Alright. Okay, so now that I've done stamping, again we're going to go in with my foam adhesive and get that taken care of because I am dimensional. Well, at least my cards are anyway. I may be a little flat, but my cards are definitely not. So I wanted just to get a little bit, so I'm going to go in with my thin 3D foam squares. Again, liberal application when it comes to adhesive. Alright, just going to center that where it needs to go. And that looks good right there. And voila. Okay, now if you haven't noticed, I'm very much a layered card girl. I like to have dimension on my cards. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm kind of a shabby layerer when it comes to things like that. So I am going to add some layers. Now for this, I'm going to use my Crafty Power Tape because that is what I find best that adheres my ribbon and or lace to my cards without giving it too much. I can control where I put it, if that makes sense. It will wiggle, but I can move it. And a trick I learned with this, that I have to remind myself to do every time, is to press down really hard to get it to stay to the ribbon. And once you've done that, it'll come off usually. Here we go. Let's try the other end. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I want to put it up just above that. Okay. You can see that. I really like that, how it's turning out. And then I'll just take my scissors, excuse my reach, and just trim the excess off and turn that over. Alright, now I really like this arrow embellishment, kind of die cut, that was included in the Pink Paisley, it's in the Pink Paisley line. It's their paper goods is what it's called. Here, I'll give you a peek of what the packaging is. Just like that. So they have a ton of things in there, but I really like this one. And because it's up, obviously, dimensioned off that lace, I'm going to add the thicker white foam squares for this one. I can find them. There they are. They just fell off my table. Okay. So, just line them up. Looks like I got some ink on there. Good thing I'm on the back of it. Alright. Okay. So it's just going to sit above the lace and just under the mother. Okay, alright. Now I wanted to add another fun little embellishment using this background paper that we have here. And so I'm going to take the same pattern and use my Martha Stewart butterfly punch and just punch out a butterfly. And using my small white squares, 3D foam square. I'm going to stick it right there. And it's going to go right above here. And I like to bend my wings to give it just a little touch of dimension right there. And there it goes. And now I'm going to add my jewels. I really like to add bling on my card just because I just think it adds just that fine, pretty touch to them and gives it just that extra oomph to them, I guess you could say. So we're going to add those there. Usually I'll have my paper piercer, but I have misplaced my paper piercer. So this will do for today. Here we go. And right there is good. And these are Martha Stewart crafts. They are by EK Success. So those are good. And these are the same thing, little teeny tiny ones. I really like those. So we're going to get this little itty bitty, put it up there. And these lovelies are from Doodlebug. Doodlebug Design, and I'm a Pearl fan. Either it's Kaiser Craft or Martha Stewart or Doodlebug, whomever. As long as I like the color, I'm good to go. And I'm not done yet because I just think it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to grab a few, I just need one, little pearl for the butterfly wing. I can get it on there. Again, using a paper piercer is so much more preferable than using your fingers when it comes to adhering embellishments like this, little teeny ones. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. It came together really fast and really nice. I think the key to having a quick card made is having an idea what you want to make and have everything pre-cut and ready to go so it's not taking you hours to complete. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed it.